Han Meditation.
So the Sankhyan perspective is the ultimate reality is that there is nature, material nature, time, space, matter, energy, all of that. And our bodies, even our minds are part of material nature, according to Sankhya, which is something that would be perfectly acceptable to modern scientists. The whole thing, body, mind, everything is part of nature. But there's one difference. According to Sankhya, consciousness is not part of nature. Consciousness is an independent entity which interacts with nature, becomes entangled or appears to become entangled with nature, and becomes this jiva, this body-mind complex. It is identified with this, but is in its real nature, it's called purusha. Purusha is pure consciousness. It's an immortal awareness, and there are many such purushas. So the answer to the question is that in the Sankhyan system, Prakriti is capable of acting but has no purpose of its own. It's just dead nature. Dead in the sense it is all power, but it has no purpose of its own. And consciousness has meaning, purpose, value, can give that, but it cannot do anything by itself. It just shines. It just is like light. So the example that is given in Sankhya is there is a person who can see but he's lame, can't walk. He sees where he wants to go, but he can't go there because he's lame. And there's a person who can walk around but is blind, doesn't know where to go. How do they, then what happens? The answer is the blind man takes the lame man on his shoulders, and the lame man who can see tells the blind man, go this way, go that way, and they both reach their goal together. So all activity is done by nature, but illumined and guided by consciousness. This is the answer from Sankhya perspective, from the Sankhyan perspective.
So what he was saying kind of reminds me of how different parts of your spiritual body and your physical body work in different ways. Like your physical mind is supposed to process information, and your spiritual mind, your higher mind, is supposed to know where you're going and what to do with that information. So, for instance, when a lot of people, they get anxiety, they get fearful, their mind starts wandering, going, because they don't know where they're supposed to get to. They don't see where they're supposed to get to, but they have to realize that your physical mind isn't supposed to do that. Your physical mind isn't capable of seeing into the future, but your higher mind can already see over the mountaintop. So your higher mind already knows the destination. So your higher mind is going to lead you into that destination, but you have to allow it to lead you into the destination. And I always say there's power in not knowing how something is going to happen. You just have to know that it will happen and it's going to happen, and trusting and having faith that it's going to happen in the best way possible, and just allow your physical mind to do what it's good at, recognizing things. This is a table. This is a microphone. That's all your physical mind needs to do. You can use it to make a plan. You can use it to go places, do things. Of course, it's a brain, but don't use your physical mind to worry and wonder how something is going to happen. Just know that it's going to happen, and then your higher mind will take you to the promised land.
Yeah, that was really interesting. I never thought of it in that way, but it certainly makes sense that nature, so in nature, you know, we have this physical reality that we see, we have this physical body that we live in, and then there's consciousness. And it really makes me think of something I refer to a lot, the book, The Untethered Soul, and just the concept that it talks about in that book, the fact that when we listen to our thoughts, when we observe everything around us, the observer can't be the listener. So I correlate the observer with consciousness. It's the awareness. It's like being in a lucid dream when you can be in the dream, you can be going through the motions, you can be doing all the things of the dream and seeing it all and experiencing it all. And once you become lucid is when that consciousness and that awareness comes. And it's a totally different concept than just being in the dream. Same with being an awareness and in consciousness in the physical reality, because this kind of is like a lucid dream, this physical reality. So that makes a lot of sense, because when you are consciousness, you are being aware that you are aware, if that makes sense. So I never heard it put that way, but it's very clever and it makes a lot of sense.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for watching. If you did like these videos, you will love the other videos on the screen, so be sure to check those out, and we'll see you in those videos and our next videos.